A lot of Latinos, we stand strong next to President Trump. A lot of Latinos, we love you as well. Thank you for sharing with us back there that how important building back Puerto Rico is, and not only building up Puerto Rico, but let's make America great again. Let's go.
That was Latin pop and Latin trap singer Justin Quiles. If you notice down at the caption, it says American singer and songwriter. That's because Puerto Rico is a colony of America, which means Puerto Rico is America. It's just not a state. And he's very enthusiastic about his support for Donald Trump. Now, let's go to a few days ago, and I know it's been 2 days, and I'm pretty sure you've seen it by now, where a comedian had this to say about Puerto Rico.
There's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that was comedian Tony Hinchcliffe. Yeah. The reason why he was able to pull off a joke like that at the rally, and because they did vet that joke. And the reason why I know they didn't care is because of what he said prior to that dead joke.
Where are my proud Latinos at tonight? You guys see what I mean? It's wide open. There's so many of them. It's absolutely incredible.
They assumed that the Puerto Rican population that can vote is a very small percentage. But what they didn't look at was where those people lived. And a lot of them live in Pennsylvania, a very, very tight swing state.
Why are Republicans so nervous about those comments right there? Well, it has to do, as I said, with one of the most important voting blocks in one of the most important places, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, you remember the Commonwealth. Joe Biden won it by just 81,000 votes in 2020. Donald Trump won it by 44,000 votes in 2016. So you get the idea. It's really close in Pennsylvania. Okay, there are around 600,000 by some counts, 600,000 Latino voters, I'll put an L right there, in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Around, by some counts, 300,000 Puerto Rican voters in the state of Pennsylvania, the third highest Puerto Rican population in the entire country. You will notice one thing about these two numbers here. They're both way bigger than the margin in Pennsylvania the last two elections. They are a key voting bloc in the Commonwealth.
The Trump campaign let that man go out and crap all over a key demographic that he needs to get the White House. Maybe because I assume that they're going to easily win the White House. Or maybe it's because they got a trick up their sleeve for the White House.
And I think with our little secret, we're going to do really well with the House, right? Our little secret is having a big impact. He and I have a secret. We'll tell you what it is when the race is over.
He was talking to the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, who, along with the Vice President, are going to preside over the certification of the election because the House gets sworn in on the 3rd. And if the Speaker feels like there's been some fraud in the election, he won't swear in the new Congress on the 3rd. So they can't certify the election on the 6th. There's a longer story to that. Let me know in the comments and I'll break it down further. And it's been a couple of days, which is why I waited, because I wanted to see what their response would be about what that comedian said on stage. And here is Trump's statement.
Nobody's ever seen anything like, I don't think anybody has ever seen anything like what happened the other night at Madison Square Garden. The love in that room. It was breathtaking. You know, they started to say, well, in 1939, the Nazis used Madison Square Garden. Well, and you know what? How terrible to say, right? Because, you know, they've used Madison Square Garden many times. Many people have used it, but nobody's ever had a crowd like that. And I tell you what, right now, nobody's ever had love like that. That was love in the room, and it was love for our country.
And of course, he's not going to address it, and he's going to spin it. And he equated being racist because a lot more comments were said about a lot more people that were homophobic, misogynistic, sexist, and racist. That was okay and that was considered love. He equated that to love. But here's why I'm here. It was because of the people, again, that's supporting him. Here is his vice president candidate, J.D. Vance.
I haven't seen the joke. Maybe it's a stupid racist joke, as you said. Maybe it's not. I haven't seen it. I'm not going to comment on the specifics of the joke. But I think that we have to stop getting so offended at every little thing in the United States of America. I'm so over it.
By saying he did not see the video, it shows he's being disingenuous because he was there at the event and he's had time to review the video and actually see it so he can make a proper, intelligent comment on it. But he's saying if it was racist, to get over it. The only thing that comedian did was showed you how they feel about Puerto Ricans and Puerto Rican voters. So I wonder, when it comes to Justin Quiles,
a lot of Latinos, we love you as well. Thank you for sharing with us back there that how important building back Puerto Rico is, and not only building up Puerto Rico, but let's make America great again. Let's go.
do you think you feel the same way? What do you think?